No, I don't wanna. What are you? What are you doing? What? Oh. Hello, and welcome home. I'm home. I just wasn't in the mood today to do much of anything other than sit here in my chicken pajamas and apparently lose to Mr. Froggy at video games.
Round 2, fight! Waterfall goes. Goodbye, Mr. Froggy. What the? You win. Perfect.
What? Dude, you always win. This is ridiculous. I'm not much in the mood to play anymore. Our musical topic today is...
Mood.
Mood is an emotion, a feeling, like happy, sad, angry, scared. Music loves to play with your emotions so that you can feel these things, which makes you enjoy them more. Specific moods are used a lot in movies and TV shows so that you can feel what the characters are feeling. Now, to show you how important that actually is, here's what happens when you get the mood wrong. Here's what the movie Frozen would look like if it were a completely different mood or tone.
Do you want to build a snowman?
What have you done?
It was an accident.
Your power will only grow. We'll protect her.
I don't want to hurt you.
Sorcery.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Creepy, right? Now, here's some other examples. Here's the movie The Lion King. And watch how the opening changes completely if we change the music.
Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling.
The mood is way different, isn't it? Here's some other examples. So here's the original music to the scene.
Go, 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 go. He's on our tail. Go.
But what would it sound like if the mood was completely off? That song doesn't really fit, does it? Let's fix the mood up a bit.
You hear the screeching of an owl, you hear the wind begin to howl. You know there's zombies on the prowl, and it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. It's terror time again, and you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time.
And those are just a few examples of how changing the music goes a long way to changing the mood. So mood is super important. The reason why some music sounds happy and others sound sad is caused by a lot of things, most notably scale. A scale is a group of notes that are arranged in a certain order, and depending on that order, you may get very certain sounds or moods attached to it. For example, this is a major scale. Most happy music is made by this kind of scale because of its bright sound. And on the opposite end, this is a minor scale. This is popular in sad music due to its dark sound. So, let's play a game. I'll play some music and you tell me what the mood is. Now, whatever you feel might be different from what me or your classmates feel, so I'm not going to keep score. There's no wrong answer here, I just want you to think about what you feel. But I will ask you if it's a major or minor scale. And remember, a major scale sounds bright, and a minor scale sounds dark. First one. Second one. Third one. Fourth one. And fifth one. Hopefully after hearing some of these tunes, you're more aware of how music can really affect the mood of things, even your own. So if you find yourself listening to too much angry music, change the song and lighten up a bit, will ya? So, does it have to be this way? Do we have to use major for happy and minor for sad? Of course not. One of the coolest things about music is that you can break every single rule and still have it sound good. In fact, one example of breaking all the rules is blues. The blues scale takes a blend of other scales and makes it its own. Before jazz and blues, nothing existed quite like it. Now we have a ton of music like rock and roll that stems directly from blues scales. So go ahead, break all the rules. So you're saying if I listen to something motivational, it might make me motivated to go to school? Huh. Let's try it. Our instrument of the day is the saxophone. This instrument is technically one of the younger ones, invented in the 1840s. Keep in mind, most of the instruments you know and love are hundreds of years old. The inventor, Adolphe Sax, wanted to create an instrument with the best qualities of brass and woodwinds, and the result is this fusion of both. The sax has a mouthpiece like brass and woodwinds, though it resembles a clarinet's, keys for playing notes, which both have, a brass body, a crook, which connects the body to the mouthpiece, which other woodwinds have, and a reed is a thin piece of wood that, when wet, vibrates with your breath to create sound. That sound travels through the entire instrument and comes out here. We'll talk more about woodwinds in another video. There are many types of saxophones, 14 currently. Our main saxes are the alto, tenor, baritone, and bass. Remember, the longer the tube, the lower the note. One cool thing that the saxophones can do, although any instrument can do it, is the ability to improvise. Improvising is just coming up with whatever you want, no memorizing songs necessary. But it's not random. Musicians are using scales to stay in tune with one another. So they're choosing from a handful of notes, but as long as musicians are using those same notes to play, it tends to sound nice. If you're interested in the saxophone, it is a fantastic choice for a first instrument. How to read music. In the previous chapter, we learned about the staff, the place where the musical notes are written. But the staff doesn't hold all the notes. Any note that's too high or too low is given a ledger line. They're just lines on the notes that expand the staff. Think of them like a ladder. If you need to play a note that's really high or really low, you need the ladder to reach it. We'll go even further with this in our next chapter. Mr. Froggy, what did we learn today? We learned about how scales affect the mood of the music and how music can affect our own mood. We learned that major scales sound bright and happy, while minor scales sound dark and dreary. And we learned all about saxophones. And with all that said and done, let's wrap it up. Good night, everybody. See you in the next one.